Hello soulmates, welcome back again to the channel today. So sorry for the background noise. My area is really busy today. So today's video is going to be on the drafting of a dartless corset. Okay, in today's video we are also going to make use of our customized cup. So we are going to make a customized cup instead of using the normal bra cup, okay, that every one of us know. And also I want to use this medium to say thank you to all my supporters. Thank you for the wishes. Thank you for sending me gifts and money. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you to my new and my returning subscribers. So if this is what you want to learn, stick around. Our fashion editing class is ongoing. For those of you that are interested to join, send us a message on this number and we'll take it up from this. And also don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. So let's get into it, guys. Welcome back again, soulmates. So guys, let's go ahead and draft out the pattern. So this is the brown paper I'm going to be using for the drafting of this pattern. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and divide my shoulder measurement into two. Then I'm going to come down by 1/2 inch for my shoulder slope. From that shoulder slope, go ahead and come down by your armhole length. So mine is 7.5. Okay, so after doing that, now placing the tape right on the shoulder area, I'm going to come down by 9.5 inches for my bust point, then 12.5 inches for my under bust. Okay, then after doing that also, I'm still going to come down by 16.5. Instead of 16.5, I decided to add 1/2 inch to my half length, so making 17 inches. Then I'm going to just connect all the points together like so, as you can see me doing on the screen. So after doing that, now from the waistline, I'm going to come down by my hip length. So the hip length I'm using is 8 inches. Okay, so I'm going to come down by 8 inches for my hip length. Okay, so go ahead and come down by your hip length. Then I'm going to also connect the points together to form a line. So after doing that, now the next thing I'm going to do is to divide my shoulder measurement into two on the chest line to have a straight line for the armhole length. So on that armhole length, I'm going to get the midpoint. After getting the midpoint, I went ahead to divide my bust by 4, which is 9. Then I went ahead to mark it there. So I'm going to use my pattern master to form my armhole curve like so. Okay, so this is what I have. Remember to go in by 1/2 inch at the middle of the armhole. Okay, then for the neck width, I use 3 inches. Then for the neck depth, I'm going to be using 3.5 inches. So this is the neck depth for the front. So for those of you that may want to use yoke for your corset, so this is it. So after doing that, now coming to the under bust line, I'm going to mark out my bust span measurement, which is 7 divided by 2. I mark 3.5 on that point. You can see it on the waistline, on the under bust line, and also mark it right on the bust line. Okay, so after doing that, now I'm going to mark 1/2 inch towards the center front like so. This is going to be the bridge between the two busts. Okay, the two busts. So I'm going to just mark 1/2 inch. Then go ahead now and divide my waist measurement into 4. I'm going to mark it there. Then on the hip line also, I went ahead to divide my hip measurement by 4 and I marked it there. So this is a dartless corset. Okay, you don't need that on this corset. So after doing that, now on the side towards the hip line, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. I went up by 1.5 before, but I decided to go up by 2 inches. Okay, so that part is going to give me like 6 inches. Okay, so after getting the 6 inches on that part at the side front, so I'm going to connect it all the way to the center front like this. So you can make any shape at the bottom part of your blouse. Get the distance between the under bust and the bust point. Okay, so I got 3.25 on that part. I'm going to place it now on the bust point. Then I'm going to mark out what I have to get the upper chest line. I hope you understand. So what I got was 6.5 inches. So guys, after doing that, now we are going to create our cup instead of using the ready-made cup. This is the paper I'm going to be using for the cup area, and this bottom part where I roll my line is going to serve as the under bust line. So I have the center front and I have the side front. Okay, so I'm just going to label this out for you guys to see it clearly. Now from the under bust line now, I'm going to go all by the distance between the under bust and the bust point. But I'm going to also cross check it on my pattern, okay, so which is 3.25. So I'm going to just mark it upward like this. So after marking it, guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to just connect the points together. So please pay attention on this particular cup we are creating, okay. Then I'm going to now mark the height of this cup, which is 6.5 inches. Okay, so this is how high I want the cup to be. So if you want yours to be higher than this, you can make use of 7 inches, okay, but I think 6.5 to 7 inches, I think is still okay for the height of the cup. Then towards the center front, I'm going to mark half inch like this on the lines. Then I'm going to connect it together. So this is going to serve as the bridge between the two busts, okay. So after doing that now, from the center front, I'm going to mark my bust span, which is 3.5 inches. So from the center front itself, mark out your bust span, okay. So my bust span is 7 divided by 2, I got 3.5 inches. So after doing that, I'm going to take my dart now on the both sides. So the dart I'm making use of is 2.5 inches because this is a bust of 36 inches, okay. So I made use of 2.5 inches. So if you have a bigger bust, you can make use of 3 inches. You're going to divide it equally. So I gave the center part 1.25, then the side 1.25. Then I'm going to also connect it this way so you can see what I'm doing. So just go ahead now and connect it all the way to the bust point like so. So my marker was floating. That is why you see that point at that area. So after doing that now, I'm going to now place my tape like this at that my bust span area, and I'm going to also mark out my 3.5 inches for my bust span towards the side. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to just place the 3.5 inches like this on that my bust span line. Then I'm going to also mark it on at the side. Then I'm going to mark it at the side, and I'm also going to add 1 inch to that. Okay, so just go ahead and add 1 inch to that because the side cup is always fuller than that of the center front cup. I hope you understand. So the cup at the side is always fuller because our balls tend to get fuller at the side. Okay, I'm going to just take the line upward like this to have a straight line. So if you don't get what I've been saying all this while, please just go ahead and concentrate and focus on the video. So I'm going to mark 1 inch at this part, okay. At the down part, you can see what I'm doing at this down part. Then at the upper part, I'm going to mark half inch at that upper part, as you can see what I'm doing. So I marked half inch there. So the dart I'm taking out is 1.5 inches. And bear it in mind that as much dart you take, the lower the cup is going to be. Okay, so the height of the cup is going to come down a bit compared to the height it was before. So remember the height we made use of is 6.5 inches. So after taking the dart, the height of the cup is going to drop, okay. So after taking the dart, this is what we have now. So at this part, I'm going to place my pattern master this way to have a very nice curve at this part of the cup area. You can see the curve I have now. So make sure you curve it in a way that the bust is going to sit well. I hope you understand. So towards this part also, I'm going to take a dart of 0.25 at this part, okay. So I'm going to take the dart here. This is not necessary, is optional, so it depends on what you have. So I want the breast point of the cup to come out very well. That is why I have to take that dart, okay. Now to decide the sweetheart neckline you want to use, so I'm going to place this pattern of the cup now on my pattern, you can see, of the front. So I'm going to just determine how low I want the sweetheart area to be because it's going to have a sweetheart neck. So I came down by 1.5 inches. So that means from the upper chest line now, I came down by 1.5 inches, but I will advise you to come down by just 1 inch. 1 inch is fine and is better. So, but I decided to come down by 1.5 inches, okay, to see how this is going to sit properly on the pattern. So I went ahead to connect it all the way like this to the upper part of my bust pan like this, you can see. So at this other side, I'm also going to come down by 0.25. You can see, then go in again by 0.25. Please just watch what I'm doing so that you don't get confused by what I'm saying. So this is what we have now. You can see that the cup is also coming out. Okay, so this is the cup. So this sweetheart neckline, now I also decided to come down again by ½ inch. I just want to experiment to see how this will look again, but I will advise you to make use of 1 inch to 1.5 inches for the sweetheart neck area. Okay, don't mind this ½ inch I came down at this part. So this is what we are having. So go ahead and label out the cup 1, 2, 3, and also mark out the dart area. Okay, that will not be needed. So after doing that, now I'm going to go in like this by 0.25 towards the center front of the cup. You can see that part. Then I'm going to just connect it like this. Okay, so this is just to give us a nice shape at the center front like this. So after doing that, guys, go ahead and cut this out. This kind of cup is going to help you cover up, especially at the upper chest area. Okay, instead of making use of the ready-made cup, because most people, they normally complain that it doesn't cover much, especially if you have a bigger bust. If you have a fuller bust, it will not cover much. Okay, especially if you are making a corset, so it will become small. I will always advise you to create your own cup. So this is a customized cup. So I'm going to just tape this with my white sellotape. You can see, to see how it's going to come out. So guys, after taping it, this is what we are having now. You can see the two parts. Please make sure you label so that you don't mix everything up. Okay, so also know each part that goes up and each part that goes down. So I'm going to just tape this together like so. So guys, after taping it, this is what we are having. You can see this cup is out. You can see the nipple part of the cup is really standing. So, but I think that part of the center front where I came down for the sweetheart neck is really deep. So I will advise you to make use of 1 inch to 1.5 inches, okay, for the sweetheart area. So, but the cup is really looking good. It's really looking nice. It's not bad at all. So this is our cup. This is the cup we are able to come up with. So after doing that, now we are going to now use it to create the cup space on the pattern. So you can see how it covered a bit compared to the ready-made cup. Now you can see how it's looking now. So for me, I'm going to just press it up like this because I don't want it to be flat. So I just want to press it up like this a bit. So when you are doing this, please just keep your hand firm and make sure you hold it properly so that it doesn't move all around. So I went ahead to press it up a bit, push it up, not press it up, push it up a bit. So this is what we have for the cup. So just trace it out like so. Okay, trace it out. You can see what we are having. I'm going to mark where the center front is going to start from and the side. You can see what we have. This cup is really beautiful. It's really beautiful. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is what we have. So now I'm going to just cut out the space. Now before doing that, I'm going to mark out the bony channels. So I'm just creating these bony channels on this pattern. It's not necessary you cut it out on the pattern, okay, because this is a dartless corset. You will not want to have a joining at the front of the corset. You will not want to have joinings at the front of the corset, but this is just to illustrate how it's going to be. So this is it for the front. Let's go ahead and draft at the back. So guys, after that, now this is the back. So I'm going to extend the lines for the chest line and also the line for the waistline like so. So after doing that, now I'm going to go ahead now and insert my shoulder divided by 2. So on that point, come down by ½ inch, then divide my bust by 4. Whatsoever you have, you go ahead now and create your armhole curve and length. Okay, so this is what you see me doing with my pattern master like this. So I'm going to just create the armhole curve like so. So after getting this now, the next thing I'm going to do is to rule out my shoulder line. So after getting the shoulder line now, on the waist area, I'm going to divide my waist measurement by 4 and place it there, which is 7.5. Then hip area also divided by 4, place it there, which is 10.5. Okay, for those of you that said I don't normally call out my body measurements to you guys, because you don't really need my body measurement, all you need is yours. Okay, so but I will just go ahead and be saying it out like so. So after doing that now, I'm going to mark from the center back now, come in by 1.5 inches. So this is going to be the part where we're going to add our eyelet or your loops. So because this is not going to have a zipper, so we're not going to have a zipper at the back, we are going to have a loop or an eyelet. Also for the back, we are also going to create a bony channel. Okay, at least 2 is enough. So now go ahead and design your yoke the way you want it to be. So I came down from the neck depth of the back by 1 inch, then I marked from the center back, I went in by 4 inches. So I'm going to just curve it like this. So this is how I want the yoke for the back to be. So you can make use of any type of yoke you want, anyhow you want the yoke to be. Okay, so you can just create it like that, or you can make a v-neck area of the back. So guys, this is what the back is looking like. So I'm going to go up by 2 inches now, as we did for the front at the side. So just go up by 2 inches like this, so you can see, then curve it all the way like this. Now, coming to the front, I'm going to cut this out. Now, I want to say something. If you are actually cutting directly on your fabric, I will advise you not to cut directly on the lines of that cup. So just give about ½ inch all around the cup space, okay, before cutting it out. So if you are cutting directly on your fabric, don't cut directly on the cup space line. So for me, this is the pattern. I'm going to be adding my allowance later on my main fabric. So guys, just go ahead and cut it out. This is what we have for the front and the back. So we've changed our table. This is the new table now we are using to cut on this tutorial. Hey, so guys, these are the patterns: the front, the yoke, the cup, the back, everything. This is it on the table. You can see that the front and the back are lines together. So if you draft out properly, your clothes will come out looking so good and beautiful. You can see this cup. This cup is really giving, honestly. So guys, our fashion editing class is ongoing for those of you that are interested in becoming a fashion content creator. So we are having this class, and if you like to join us, send us a message on this number on the screen and we'll take it up from there. So guys, I hope this tutorial was really helpful. I hope you guys are going to try it out. So if you do, let me know on the comment section. If you have any questions, let me know on the comment section and I will answer it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye.